everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located in the beautiful state of North Carolina. And I can take care of your stamping needs and help you out with placing orders or choosing just that right product for you if you live anywhere in the United States. If you're outside of the United States, of course, you will have to get someone in your country to be your demonstrator, but you're more than welcome to come and watch my videos, draw inspiration or whatever. So God bless and keep you, and I thank you so much for tuning in today. I have a stack of products here I want to show you, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to make. I have my Wink Stella, and this is the clear. I have a smoky slate stamping pad. I have these beautiful gems called Basic Grays and Smoky Slate Pearls, and aren't they gorgeous? Two embossing folders. I have the Eyelet 3D, which it is beautiful. Look at that. And then this is out of our basic pack of 3, and I call this one Basic 2. It has just a very subtle design on it, and that's the one we're going to be using. I have 2 stamp sets that I use for my sentiments, and one is congratulations for the front sentiment, and then for inside, this one right here that says wishing you well today, tomorrow, and every day that follows. And my dies are going to be thoughtful wishes and sketched butterflies. Now let me show you what I came up with using these supplies. We are going to be making this beautiful wedding card, anniversary card, however you wanted to make it. I made this more like a wedding card, and I don't know if you can see, but I used the Wink Stella on my butterflies. I kept it very monochromatic as far as colors go. I just wanted a pop of that smoky slate that has a feel of silver. So I thought this was just a very elegant card. And I think it's got a little bit of movement because I didn't glue these down. I left them kind of free so they would move. And I'm going to show you how to make this. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to need is a card base. And I'm doing white on white. So my card base is 8.5 by 5.5. And we're going to score this at 4 1/4. So I'm going to bring up my scoreboard. Lay this in all the way up in the top left-hand corner, go to 4 1/4, and give it a score, just like that. And then all we're going to do is fold it in and crease it. And then this is where you're going to need to grab a bone folder and give it a good burnish. So there is our card base. Then we're going to have these pieces that are going to be our front. The 2 white pieces we need to emboss. So we're going to emboss both of these. And in order to do that, we're going to need those 2 embossing folders. So the large one, I'm going to emboss in the basic number 2. And I just numbered these for my own benefit. They don't really have a number, but I thought it was nice to be able to identify them. So I'm going to lay this in. I'm going to use that registration mark at the bottom of the folder to make sure I get everything lined up nice and straight. Just like that. Close it down. We're going to run that through. The same thing with the Eyelet 3D. We're going to take that small piece, and this piece is 2 inches by 4 3/4. And we're going to put this in, and again, I'm going to line it up so that I make sure I get everything nice and straight. Now these 2 are ready to go through the embossing folder. So before we start with those, let me show you what else we're going to do. While I have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine out here, we are going to do a little bit of die cutting. So one is going to be our leaves and flowers. This piece is done with vellum, and I'm going to show you how to cut vellum every time and get a good cut. And I have my butterflies. This comes from the Sketched Butterfly dies, and these come from the Thoughtful Wishes. So let's go ahead and see if we can get our machine up here, do our embossing and cutting. I'm going to do my embossing first. So I'm going to pull out my number 1 plate. And both of these are 3D embossing folders, so we're going to need our number 4 plate. So I am going to lay this one in first. And I'm going to lay my number 4 plate over it, and we're just going to crank this through. And lay this over, and then we're going to grab the next one. And lay it down and crank it through. And we don't need this number 4 plate anymore, so let's lay it back up here. We are going to need our die adapter and our 2 cut plates, so we're going to slide this back in, put those 2 plates down, and then we're going to grab our die cuts. And I'm going to cut this one first. And then I'm going to need to cut 2 of these, so I'm going to take this off. Let's pop these out. You can see everything cut beautifully. I'm going to take your pick tool and just pop these out a little bit. Once you do that, they usually come out very, very easily. Just like that. I'm going to lay my die cuts over here. And we'll pop out the leaves. There's our leaves. And we're going to need to cut 2 more of these, so I'm going to lay this back up here. And lay this down right there. And we'll put our cover plate back over. And we'll crank this through one more time. I'm just going to lay these over here and we'll check them out in a minute. Okay, so now we need to cut our butterflies. So I'm going to lay that right there. And we need to cut this vellum. Now, vellum is a different type of material. So we are going to need to put a little shim or something over it. So I'm going to cover it with this piece of cardstock. That will ensure that we get a cut on that we are pleased with. So then we will crank this through. If you notice, I'm running the vellum through a little bit more just to make sure it cuts through. And it looks like it cut absolutely beautiful. See, this fell right away. So we got a good cut on our vellum. And you've got a beautiful cut on our butterflies. So now I think we're ready to put our card together. We will need to do a little bit of stamping, but we'll do that in just a moment. Let's look at our embossed pieces and see how subtle that is. It's not like in your face, but it's very, very subtle, and it gets the point across of what you wanted to do. And then the eyelet is really, really pretty. So let's bring our card base out. This is our card base. And we're going to put this piece right here. So that gives you our tone on tone. And then we're going to build up our piece. We have a piece of gray, and this is 2¼ by 5 inches, and all the measurements will be on the blog. So you can go there and print out the free PDF tutorial and find everything that you need. So I'm going to lay this down on top of that. Can you see the card starting to come together? No, Toby. Toby hears a truck or something going down the road. And of course, he starts doing his little growl thing because he's big and bad. my little Shih Tzu. And I have two. Many of y'all already know this, but I have Toby and Bella, and they are pretty much like my babies. Okay, I'm gonna wiggle that just a little bit, drop it. Sometimes if you just drop these down on your surface, they will come loose beautifully. That one did. And we can just kind of peel that out. Be careful with the vellum because it will tear. So you want to be gentle with it. And any places that you have vellum still stuck, just go in and pull that out. And that looks absolutely gorgeous. And this is going to go down on here, about like that. And then we have our other cut pieces. Well, very gently. And then any place that you've got pieces still attached, go ahead and poke those out. This piece is probably going to have to be taken out with scissors. Just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? And we have two of these. So we want these kind of jumping out in this direction. Like that. And then we have a couple of the leaves that's going to go here. Maybe there. Then we have our butterflies. So let's see if we can pick these out. Then I'm just going to take your pick tool and poke out any of these pieces that was left in. And they've been cut so they come out really easy. And I want to thank Phyllis for giving me the inspiration for this card. She had called me or texted me last week and asked me if I had any ideas on doing a wedding card, and I went to Pinterest and I told her, I said, go check on Pinterest because there's all kinds of ideas there. And I got the inspiration for this. I didn't copy the card. I just kind of used the layout, but I changed up everything else. So I think it is gorgeous. I hope you do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take everything off of here. And we're going to go ahead and start building our card. So I'm going to start with this piece. And I'm going to put this piece down right about there. I think I'm going to use Stampin' Seal. Get that across. Then we're going to come in with this piece. And press that in. Then we are going to put this piece of vellum on. And I'm just going to put glue right there in the middle part of it. Just like that. And then we're going to put these pieces together like a V. You can see how that's working out. And we are going to put those down right about here. And for these, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put some glue right here. I want some movement on this card. Do the same thing on this one. Just like that. And then we got our little leaves that we're going to tuck maybe right about here. So we're going to put glue on the back of these. And just tuck them under. And then the same thing for these, only they're going towards the bottom. And now we have our little butterflies that we're going to have floating right there in the middle. And we're just going to put some glue just like that. Now this whole piece is ready to go onto our card base. We can open up the inside of our card, and I have two mats already pre-cut for it. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some stamping now. And I have pieces already cut for my strips. So I need this one to be about 3 1/4, and this one 3. So let's bring our trimmer out. So that's going to be 3 1/4. And then this one is going to be 3 inches, and this is 3/4 of an inch, and this is a 1/2 an inch. So now from our stamp sets, we are going to grab this one here, and the congratulations. This is going to be our inside piece, which is going to get this sentiment, and this is going to be our outside sentiment, which is going to say congratulations. And to keep everything going in the same pattern, we're going to stamp that in smoky slate. Oops. Move on the back of this. And then all we're going to do is center it onto this piece of smoky slate. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to put this on the smoky slate for our inside sentiment. It's not crooked. No big deal. I'm just going to come back over my Stampin' Seal with some glue. Let's try that again. There we go. And we can go ahead and put this on the inside. And then we need our congratulations right here. And for that, we're going to pop it up on some dimensionals. It's like that. And now we just need to put our gems on it and paint our little butterflies with some Stella. So for my gems, I'm going to use the smoky slate. Grab the Stella. Always shake it. And then we will squeeze our barrel. If you want to, you can put a little bit on your flowers. And our card is done. How pretty is that? See the sparkle? Such a beautiful card. And as you can see, they are both absolutely stunning. Same card, same layout, and the same colors. So God bless and keep you. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you're interested in purchasing any of the products you saw me use, and you're not currently working with the demonstrator, I would love the opportunity to earn your business. So please reach out to me, either phone call, text message, or an email, and you can find all that information under this video in the drop down. Just click on show more and scroll down, and everything that you're looking for will be there. The link to my store where you can go and shop online by yourself, or my blog, which you can go and get the PDF tutorial. There's our Facebook group that you can join and get all the updates to what's going on at Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. So, in closing, I always say, let everything that you do and say bring honor and glory to our Savior Jesus. He is worthy. Until next time, bye bye.